Our number one spot on the list, Salah's injury during Real Madrid's encounter in the UEFA Champions League final. Following a forceful assault from Sergio Ramos, Salah struck the ground with a heavy landing on his left shoulder. The Egyptian striker was in tears as he left the field of play in the European final, despite his best efforts to stand erect. Take a look at the worried atmosphere in the stadium. Salah and the Liverpool supporters as a whole are devastated since one of their biggest opponents, Real Madrid, is no longer a threat, as that reduced their hope of winning the match. Heartbreaking scenes involving Klay Thompson's torn ACL. Following Kevin Durant's surgery to repair his ruptured right Achilles tendon, the Golden State Warriors received more devastating injury news when Klay Thompson tore his ACL in his left knee during Game 6 of the NBA Finals. With 2:22 left in the third quarter, Danny Green fouled Thompson while he was driving to the basket, which resulted in loss against Raptors 114-110. Because Durant had recently sustained an injury in a previous game, the injury caused the Warriors faithful even greater anguish. Our next spot on the list is really devastating moment. In the 42nd minute of the contest, following a Denmark throw-in, Eriksen collapsed unexpectedly while racing close to the left touchline in a UEFA Euro match versus Finland. After going into cardiac arrest during the match, the attacking midfielder received thorough and prompt medical assistance on the field. He was then brought to the hospital. A sad and very tense moments filled round the stadium. It was one of the most devastating events in sports history. False start for Duran Navia in the 2020 Rio Olympics. One of an athlete's worst fears is losing a race or event due to a false start, which can quickly kill their hope of earning a medal after years of hard effort to qualify for the Olympics. Navia experienced heartbreak and sorrow throughout it all, but in the end, a FINA referee's intervention made sure he could compete in the men's 400 meters freestyle heats. Number 5, spot on the list. The right ankle of Everton midfielder Andre Gomes was horribly fractured and dislocated during a game. Gomes was terribly challenged by Heung-min Son, which sent him sprawling to the ground in pain. Gomes was writhing in agony on the ground, so the game was abruptly stopped to tend to him. The sight stunned players on both sides, and Gomes' teammates immediately consoled and comforted him. Gomes received medical attention on the field, was stretchered off the field, and was brought right away to the hospital to receive treatment. Joe Burrow's stellar debut season as the Bengals quarterback is cut short by an awful knee injury. Joe Burrow, the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, was sitting with his left leg out, looking serious, while opponents and teammates gathered around the medical cart. After a vicious, high-low hit early in the third quarter that had him screaming on the ground and clutching his left knee, doctors had lifted him there. He was sidelined for the rest of the season by the injury, which also ended his outstanding campaign. Heartbreak for Messi as Chile beats Argentina in the Copa America final. After 90 minutes, the two teams were tied 0-0, and after 30 minutes of extra time failed to result in a goal, penalties were going to be used to determine the match. Messi missed his penalty kick in the penalty shootout, resulting in Argentina to lose to Chile. It was a very devastating moment for him, and after the match, he was in tears. Our number 8 spot on the list, Asia Cup 2012 final. Tigers' heartbreaking moments. As they advanced to the Asia Cup finals for the first time, defeating both Sri Lanka and India, it appeared as though Bangladesh's incredible story was about to come to a spectacular conclusion. The Prime Minister and all other well-known people were among the sets of people who flocked to Dhaka to witness Pakistan take on the hosts in the 2012 Asia Cup finals. Shakib Al Hasan and Iqbal's half-centuries appeared to be enough to send Bangladesh, who were chasing 237 runs in the second innings, home. Sadly, however, things went the other way, and Pakistan won the match over them. There were moments of sadness throughout the stadium for the Tigers' side. Shifting gears, let's explore instances in sports where the outcome brought heartbreak to fans and athletes. Dreams become nightmare for Ajax. During the 2018-19 Champions League, Erik ten Hag's young, talented team competed all the way from the second qualifying round to the semi-finals. They advanced after eliminating Real Madrid and Juventus, and after defeating Tottenham 3-0 on aggregate, they appeared destined to play in the UEFA Champions League final. However, Spurs' away goals in the last 35 minutes of the match proved devastating as Lucas Moura scored a hat-trick to win it for the team. Both the players and the spectators are going through a really heartbreaking moment. Heartbreaking moments for Ons Jabeur when dreams end in the tennis final. Ons Jabeur had great expectations going into the Wimbledon finals. She might have been the first Arabic-speaking African on the cusp of a historic triumph. Her hopes, though, were dashed in the championship round against Marketa Vondrousova, where she lost 6-4, 6-4 in a thrilling two-set match. She finally started crying because the loss was controlling her feelings. A ball strikes Bruno Boban in the chest, causing him to have a heart attack and pass away on the field. Bruno Boban, a 25-year-old winger for Marsonia in Croatia, went down in the 15th minute of his team's game against Slavonia, his former team, after a ball struck him in the chest. After 40 minutes of attempts at resuscitation by the paramedics and coaching staff of both teams, he was declared dead. That was a heartbreaking moment for every person in attendance. May he rest in peace. Number 12, spot on the list. Due to his injury struggles, Jeremy Lin's 2017 campaign was tumultuous for the Brooklyn Nets as well as himself. Due to a right knee injury, Lin had to depart the Nets' season opening against the Indiana Pacers on Wednesday. Lin attempted a disputed layup in the fourth quarter, but he fell awkwardly and then reached for his right knee while on the floor. Sitting next to the basket, Lin started crying and exclaiming, "He's done!" while he remained on the floor, sobbing in agony at not being able to finish the game. Moments of heartbreak for Barcelona following Torres' late goal that eliminated them from the Champions League semi-final. Stoppage time strike from Fernando Torres completed the 10-man Chelsea's amazing 2-0 comeback victory, eliminated Barcelona from the Champions League and advanced the visitors to the final. The Blues prevailed 3-2 overall in the semi-final series. Watch Messi's reactions. He missed a penalty kick that would have extended the team's lead in the game. The sad events would always remain in the hearts of Barcelona supporters. Shifting gears, let's explore instances in sports where the outcome brought heartbreak to fans and athletes. Heartbreaking moments as South Africa gets eliminated from the 2015 World Cup semi-finals. With 2 remaining balls, New Zealand needed to win with 5. New Zealand's Elliott completed the triumph over the South African team by hitting fast bowler Dale Steyn for 6 runs on the second-to-last delivery. South Africa experienced devastating moments as a result of missing out on qualifying for the 2015 final. Take a look at the players. They could not control their emotions as they weep about their loss. Final spot on the list. In the process, Duke ends West Virginia's aspirations of winning a national championship, giving Da'Shaun Butler an injury. Da'Shaun Butler's left knee gave way at 8:59 in the second half of Saturday's NCAA semifinal matchup against Duke, sending the senior to the ground with a damaged left knee. It marked the end of the Mountaineers' season, and the third-best scorer in team history's career went down. This resulted in a tragic scene throughout the stadium. It seemed as though their best chance of winning vanished at that moment, as their main hero was unable to complete the match.